Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to pop in real quick and just give you a quick flip through of the journal that I'm working on for Junk Journal January that is hosted by Debbie over at Ink and Page. She has a website that I'll link in the description where you can go download the prompt list if you want to. And also for each day, she provides a kit for you to use for that prompt that day. Or you can just use the prompt list with digitals that you already have, whatever you choose to do. But she does provide these gorgeous digitals for you to look at. So I just wanted to do a flip through. This journal I've made just for me. I did Junk Journal January last year, and it's what really got me into the groove of doing junk journaling. So I wanted to do it this year. I'm hoping to do it every year if she does it. That way I can kind of look back at my progression from when I first started to, how I'm doing at that time. So again, it's just for me. This journal's not for sale. It's just me having fun, and that's kind of why I haven't filmed a whole lot. I just kind of wanted to take that pressure off and just be able to play. So I just wanted to show you what I've done. I'll try to do a little bit better about filming more videos to post. So if y'all want to see more videos of how I work through these prompts and what I do, leave it down below, and I'll see if I can do a little bit better. But we'll jump into it, and I'll give y'all a look-see into what I'm doing. This is the journal that I've made. It has a 3-inch spine. I made it out of a cardboard box and then just covered it with fabric. And as you can see, she's already chunky. I've only done one signature so far. I'm kind of doing a signature per week. This first signature was for the 1st through the 11th. And then each of these other signatures will be the rest of the weeks of the month. That's kind of how I've got it in my mind to do. But she's already chunky. I've gotten a little crazy, so I've got to settle myself down over these next 3 signatures, or we're going to have a massive. She's already gator mouth, so we'll definitely have to be wrapping this up for with a ribbon. Good thing this is just for me, because this is a little much. But anyway, all right, for the prompts, I'm not necessarily going to go prompt by prompt, because I kind of spread the prompts out throughout the signature. I didn't go page by page, and even some of the prompts I split up over different pages just to add interest to other pages. So I'll try to remember what I did for each prompt, but basically they're all mixed together. My ephemera is all mixed together at this point. She gives you so much ephemera. You have so much to use that you can just kind of play with it, move it around, mix it in other different prompts, and everything looks great together. So this was for the prompt of open, and for open I actually made the cover of the journal and then did this library card pocket here that she provides. I just kind of collaged on the front, and then she gives you different little flags with January on it that you can use. And then I have a collage tag here that I put in that pocket. Library card, you can put the name of what you want your journal to be and all that, and then just a little card, so that just kind of tucks right in there. And then we get into the pages of the journal. These digitals are just so pretty. And in the first kit that you do get your pages to put in your journal. And then you start getting ephemera after that. So this was a journaling card. It has a tab with an eyelet. If anybody's watched my videos before or seen my journals, you know I love a good tab and I love eyelets. So there'll probably be a lot of that throughout here. There is so far anyway. I've used some vintage ledger page that I have as extra pockets. This was for the prompt of pockets. I haven't decorated the front of this yet because I hadn't really found what I want to put there. So I'm just kind of leaning it blank right now. And then I just have a large tag in there. This background here is actually from some digitals that I got from Sevenplaza from her Kofi. It was called Timeless Textures. So I've printed a couple of on some back of some of my tags and stuff. I have printed some of her digitals as well, so you can go over her to Kofi and check that out. And I believe this one was for let me try to remember what it was for. Oh, I can't remember. I think it was for script, I believe. I believe it was for script. Yes, this was for script, and then this was for script as well. I split it up between pages, and I just did another little tuck spot there, and a belly band, and then a large journaling card. And then this was the other one for pockets. And this was a folded pocket that came in the kit that I just glued down. I left the back open where it would be another tuck spot. And then we have some journaling cards in there. I just think these are so pretty. She has these faux book covers that are really cute. And then I just kind of collaged on the front of it, added some lace. And then the next page, this was for the prompt of tag. This whole spread was. She provided these little pockets here on either side. I did some stenciling with some distress inks and the shimmer sprays. I think that's what they're called. I can't remember. But on this, and then just have a little tag that I stitched on, stuck in the pocket there. There's another one of those digitals from Sevenplaza, just to add a little more texture here. I have an envelope here in the middle that I have put some rub-ons on, and have just a little piece of music paper with some of that ink from those sprays that I just kind of dabbed it in the ink whenever I was cleaning up my mess. And on this pocket, I did some stenciling and some spraying with some gilding wax and all that on there. A little tab, and then my prompt for tag. And then in this envelope, we have this tag here, and it was a folded tag that Debbie provided with another little tag on the inside that I just have a paper clip on, and I have it sticking out the side of this envelope. Get that back on there right later. In this pocket, I have a large tag, and it was like a tag pocket that she provided, and I made a tag to go on the inside from one of the background pages, and I just kind of collaged on the front of it, put a tab on the side, and then I put a little pocket on the back, and I have just some little tickets and a collage on the back of that. I've really enjoyed working on this journal so far. I've enjoyed watching Debbie and seeing the other posts and stuff on Facebook. I haven't looked on YouTube yet to see who might be following along. I've been kind of in my own little world with this, but I'm hoping to catch up on other people's videos and post, hopefully. All right, this is a little out of order, but this was the prompt of belly band. So I made a belly band here out of a piece of the ephemera and put the little bird on there under my prompt. And then this was one of the tags. That's one of those digitals from Sevenplaza. And I just kind of layered those behind there. I did some stamping on the back of this page. I thought that added really good to it. Some vintage music paper here, the kind of music paper where you compose music and put your music notes and stuff on there, I guess. And then this page is also belly band. This is an accordion pocket that I made, but it's also a belly band. So there is another prompt later on in the month for accordion, but I have a different kind of accordion pocket in mind for that. But it is an accordion pocket that I made just out of some book page. I have a large tag and a journaling card in there. And again, this is a rub-on. I've used rub-on stamps and things throughout here. And then on the background here, I don't know if you can tell it or not in the camera, but I did some stenciling with some crackle paste. So I like how that turned out, just to add a little texture. And this is probably my favorite spread so far. This was for the prompt of ticket. And she provided a lot of tickets and journaling cards and stuff. And I put eyelets and brads, added some lace. And these tickets are layered with puffy tape. As you can see there, looks kind of messy behind there. But it's layered with puffy tape. And of course that has added bulk. But I love it so much, I'm going to try to leave it. If I have to try to debulk a little bit, I may have to flatten some of them out, but we're going to leave it for now. But I like how that turned out. I like that it, the texture, the different layers that you have there. I like how that turned out. So that's been my favorite so far. And again, I stamped in the background a lot of just random stamps. A lot of my stamps that I'm using are from Craftybytoni. She has my favorite stamps, and then some of my Tim Holtz stamps that I'm using. And this was for the prompt of hidden. And this was an idea that Debbie had. And she provided these tags that had a little tag sticking out the top. And then you just glued the butterflies to it. It had that little, I don't know if you can tell, but it had a little stem, I guess you'd say, sticking out the top, and you just attach your butterfly, and you cut a hole in your paper, and it just kind of tucks down in there, and it hides the tag, and then it just looks like that the butterfly is, the butterflies are just fluttering across the page. I thought that was a pretty neat idea. So I did do that. I didn't replicate everything that Debbie did. I just kind of drew inspiration, but this page I pretty much did because I thought it was brilliant. I did add a little bit to hidden. I have a little door here with a little quote underneath it, and it has a magnet to keep it closed. And this page was for the prompt of fabric and lace. I kind of combined those two on these two pages. For lace, I took the lace. She provided digitals where she provided mirror images of the lace. So I took that lace and cut it out and glued it back to back on the edges of the pages. I did that on both sides there. And then we have this big piece of lace here that I just used as a tuck spot up there. And she also provided 3 fabric swatches. So I've made the fabric swatch there. This was one of the digitals. I used some of the fabric from the cover and then just a little piece of vintage trim that I have that has the bling on it. And then some journal cards. I actually put the prompt for fabric on the journal card. And those are journal cards that she provided. So those just tuck up underneath there. And I kind of leave the prompt sticking out the bottom where you can see it. I haven't done anything with this really. This was in the prompt of fabric, I believe, or it may have been lace. And I just kind of made a pocket out of it. It was one of those, again, one of those mirror images. And I had this envelope flap here, so I've just kind of stuck it on there. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but it's just kind of hanging out there for now. And then this is another fabric swatch that I did. This is some like daisy trim that I have that I think I got from Michael's. And then some of the fabric from the spine of my journal. And then a piece of that lace digital that she gave. The digitals for lace are just gorgeous. Here's some of them here. And they're easy to cut out. It takes a little bit because you have to be a little careful. But they are pretty easy to cut out. But I just thought they were gorgeous. So I had to use those. And again, you get 2 sets. You get mirror images to use. And then this was the prompt for lace. I just put that on there on those journaling cards. And then this belly band. I love this ribbon that I got. I got this at Walmart during Christmas. And they had it in blue too. And now I wish I would have got it in blue because it would have went perfect with this journal. But blue is not a color that historically I've worked with a whole lot. So I wasn't really prepared for the blue. But if I ever see it again, I will be getting it. And I believe this, I can't remember what prompt this was before. It may be pocket because it has the 3 stacked pockets. It had this faux envelope that I turned into a pocket. And it has a little journaling card, a little tab sticking out the top. And this just little journaling things throughout there that come with the kit. They were just so cute. Now these pockets I created myself out of book page. And then I stitched them to a piece of like a paper strip that was included with the kit. And then stitched it up there and have a belly band on here that I just secured with some eyelets. And then each pocket has a little tab with some music paper on the back. If y'all have seen my journals before, you've seen me do this before, but usually they flip. These are stationary. They're kind of attached together, but each pocket has a thing or a tab in there. And then on the back side of it, I have just a little tuck spot with a journaling card. And then this mailbox come from the the prompt of postcard. So that turned out really pretty. I just made a cluster stamped behind it. I've got this card stuck in here. I hadn't really done anything with it. It's just kind of a placeholder right now. And then the next prompt was for invoice. She gave you this invoice flip-up page and this little strip down here. I just glued the strip down as a pocket, and then these little things I have tucked in here, and these just kind of hold the flap closed. So you pull those out, and this flips up. And on the back of here, I have put a little tuck spot with some of that ephemera there. And then there's more ephemera down here in the pocket that she provided. So you just close that up and tuck your little pieces of ephemera back in there, and that holds that tuck or that flap closed. This was the second part of the prompt for belly band. I made a little notebook, but it's also a belly band, or not a notebook, a notepad with some of my coffee dyed paper. I did a little bit of stenciling with texture paste and used those shimmer sprays and stuff on the back of it, so I like how that turned out. But that's pretty much it. That's all the prompts for days 1 through 11. Today, the prompt is for ribbon for day 12. I haven't done that yet. I'm probably going to be behind today again, but I hope I'll get caught up tomorrow. I need to go ahead and check these off. I got a little behind checking those off. But like I said, I really enjoyed working with this. I love the digitals. They're gorgeous. I've used a lot of digitals in this, and I have not even used them all. There's more and more and more to use. I mean, I have extra left over of pretty much everything. I have a couple of things that I've made that hadn't even fit into the journal yet. Like, there's so much. Debbie has been very generous with her digitals. So y'all go check it out. Join in on the challenge if you want to. I'm having fun, and I hope y'all have fun with it too. I hope you'll come back and see me. I do have some plans for other journals coming up over the next couple of weeks, just to kind of mix it up a little bit. So keep on a lookout for that, and I will see you all in a little bit. If you wouldn't mind, just like, comment, and subscribe, and share the video out if you want to. I appreciate your support, and I will catch up with y'all later. Bye.